That old smartphone battery in the junk drawer, it could actually start a fire, and it's happening a lot more often than you think. And now a Northwest Iowa landfill is racing to stop it before it happens again.
That's right. KTV's Taylor Deckard shares how the installation of new recycling bins could help prevent fires, not only at the landfill, but in homes as well.
In the last 2 years, several fires have sparked in the landfill in Sheldon, Iowa.
Many times they happen at nighttime when we're not here.
Staff traced some of the fires back to lithium-ion batteries. That's the same kind of battery sitting in your smartphone, laptop, or cordless power tool right now.
The inherent risk with these lithium-ion batteries, as most people understand now, they've become part of our everyday lives, the hazards involved with them igniting. But with the equipment that's here, they can easily get damaged.
12 new battery recycling bins are placed across Northwest Iowa. Rural Iowa fire departments responding to battery-related fires like Sheldon are excited about the new recycling program.
To recycle the batteries separately is going to be a win for everybody, the consumer, the landfill, and fire departments.
It's the thermal runaway that creates heat, causing the battery to catch fire. That's why there's an effort to keep them out of the landfill.
They can burn up to, I think I've seen somewhere like 1,500 degrees, so they burn quite fast, and they're hard to put out because they keep generating more and more heat as they're burning.
The bin walks you through the process. You bag the battery, find the right slot, and drop it in. As someone who goes through lots of batteries in the week to charge my equipment, it's an easy place to drop my batteries that are no longer needed. The landfill is funding the program, a $13,000 investment to prevent future fires. The bins are already filling up in Sheldon. For now, it's one battery at a time and one less fire to fight.
Get them out of your house, get them out of your garage, get them to the recycling drop box, and they can get disposed of properly.
In Sheldon, Taylor Deckard, KTIV News 4.
To find a bin near you, you can go ahead and take a look at your screen, follow along. Recycling bins can be found at 12 different locations across Northwest Iowa. Akron, Iowa will be added to this list pretty soon when that bin will be installed a little later this week. Now, they add if you do have a damaged battery, those still need to be dropped off at the landfill for proper disposal to prevent fires. They plan to collect the batteries at least once a month from the 12 bins and ship them to Texas to be recycled.